Today's Talk About It Tuesday question is, do you recommend home or car repair insurance? Does it really pay to have it? Now, it's really interesting to me that you have these commercials for car repair insurance. And for years, you've been getting cold calls to extend the warranty on your car, and you've simply hung up on people. And now, because they changed the name to car repair insurance, people are questioning whether or not it's a good investment. So I won't give a recommendation one way or another, but I'll just say this. When you buy a car, you should understand that there are costs associated with ownership of a car. Maintenance is one of them. Repairs is another. And you should have an idea about what the most costly repair would be that you're willing to pay. And so you should always have money aside for maintenance, because you need the oil change. Sometimes you need a tune-up. You're going to need tires. There are certain things that happen when you have a car. And the average lifespan of a car is about 12 years. So for that 12 years, that there are costs associated with it. So money should be allocated towards that all the time, because car repair insurance or an extended warranty, which is all it is, does not cover that. What does it cover? So it covers major repairs. Most cars today are well built, and every car that you buy has a 3-year warranty or 36,000 miles, right? So for 3 years, 36,000 miles, you don't need to extend the warranty. You don't need car repair insurance because it's already covered, and you can't have double coverage. The car repair insurance won't cover what a warranty covers. You have an option to extend the warranty, usually about 2 more years from the manufacturer. So you have about 5 years of coverage. In that 5 years, you probably won't need a major repair anyway, right? And if you do, it'll be in the latter part of the 5 years. After that, you need to make a decision. Is it expensive? Not necessarily. Maybe $100 to $300 a year. But now you're talking about for the next 7 years, and what's the likelihood that you'll need a major repair? And if you do, here's the thing. You should have an emergency fund. And as a part of your emergency fund, you should have the cost of the most expensive repair you're willing to pay for, which usually is a transmission. So if you know the cost of repairing your transmission is $3,000, $3,500, you should have that in your emergency fund. And you can build that over the first 5 years where you're under the warranty, or the first 3 years, or extended warranty 5 years. You can put away $3,000 for yourself and put it in something that's accessible, high interest savings account, something where it's not really losing money. You're not really trying to make money on it, but you're trying to have that money available quickly in case you need a repair. So do you need it? If you're not disciplined, absolutely. If you have an older car that doesn't have a warranty, perhaps. But most people will not need car repair insurance, which is an outside warranty beyond the manufacturer's warranty. It will not cover scheduled maintenance. It will not cover tires. It will not cover glass. It will not cover all these things. And there's a deductible. So on top of that, sometimes you have a $300 deductible, and the average repair costs about $500. So you're paying into this thing. The average repair for something that's costly would be $500. You got $300 deductible. You decide whether or not it's necessary. Now let's look at home repair insurance. Home repair insurance boils down to almost the same thing. Owning a home has costs associated with it in terms of maintenance. But what people usually get it for are the big mechanical things. So the boiler, air conditioning units, hot water tank. But all these things have a lifespan. Major appliances, and it covers major appliances. But all these things have a built-in warranty that lasts a couple of years. And then they have an average lifespan. So there's no major appliance in your house that should not last 10 years, right? So when you're talking about major appliances, you're talking about between 10 and almost 20 years is the average lifespan of major appliances. Talking about stoves, refrigerators, hot water tanks, boilers, all these things. None of them have a lifespan under 10 years, and most go 14, 15 years, some as much as 20 years. So why would you pay for that in the early years, right? Unless these things are old already and you don't have the money to purchase a new one. They shouldn't all break at one time. So you have homeowners insurance for if you had a flood or something like that, something catastrophic, or fire. That's separate. But for these home warranties, and that's all it is, again, a home warranty, again, not expensive, maybe $600 a year. But you think about $600 a year and the minimum lifespan of something is 10 years, that's $6,000. That $6,000 could have been put away and would cover the cost of any of those major appliances. So I don't know. I think, for me, I have an emergency fund. I also understand the lifespan of everything that I own. So I put away for it. The moment I buy it, I start putting away enough so that when the lifespan of the thing is over, I can just purchase a new one. And you have to, and I think you can be disciplined like that. It doesn't take much when you really sit down, because you can Google the lifespan of anything pretty much, and you'll know, okay, so I need to put X amount away because I might repair it, but I could buy a new one if I have enough. So again, I'd rather put the money into an emergency fund, and when the lifespan of that thing is over, if I didn't use it, take the money from the emergency fund and use that if it's an auto as a down payment. If it's a home, I use that to purchase another appliance or something like that. So really, it's about cost to benefit ratio. It's also about probability. What's the probability of this thing breaking early and you don't have the money to buy a new one or repair it yourself? It boils down to your personal discipline. Do you have the discipline to put money aside every single month towards the repair or the repurchase of something new? If not, I think it's an easy route, but it's not always the best route, because you also have to understand there's a deductible. The insurance company might not cover your claim. They only cover certain claims. It can't be, let's go back to the auto. It can't be because of an auto accident. It doesn't cover cosmetics. It doesn't cover rust and corrosion. It doesn't cover a whole lot of things. It doesn't cover, so many things it doesn't cover. Then perhaps it's better off, again, to just create an emergency fund for yourself. So you decide. Again, it's not expensive. So some of you just think, okay, I'll just put this money away and it might work for you. But there are alternative ways. So it's, like I said, it's really funny to me that the extended warranty people were calling you for years and you hung up on them. And now all of a sudden, you see these commercials and they've repackaged it and rebranded it as this repair insurance. And people are really considering whether or not it makes sense. So hopefully that helped you make a better decision. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And, if you've had it and used it, did it work for you? If you've had it and used it, it didn't work for you, what are some options that you do instead? But please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming. I'll see you next Tuesday.